In this video, we're going to be finding out who has won the Vintage Collection Action Figure of the Year, voted by you, the fans. Hi there, Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bosk's Bounty video. And as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be finding out who has won Star Wars, the Vintage Collection Figure of the Year, voted by you guys, the fans. I put a poll out on my YouTube channel and across Facebook and other social media platforms so that you guys could vote for the Figure of the Year. Now in front of you here are a selection of the figures. I'm going to be doing a top 5 rundown starting with 5th place, and all of the figures in that top 5 are in front of you here somewhere. And of course we're going to be talking about some honourable mentions as well. Figures that got a decent amount of votes but didn't quite make it into the top 5. So if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like down below because it really does help the video and the channel. And just to give you some background of some of the statistics, so we have had nearly 1,000 votes, which is pretty awesome, so it's a good amount of data there. There were roughly about 39 figures to choose from, and I'm going to give you the top 5 and what percentage of the votes they received. But man, if you just look at the lineup in front of you here, it's been a great year for the Vintage Collection, especially in the last wave. I mean, the last wave of figures with Bib Fortuna, Bo-Katan, Lobot, the Mithril, Quill. We've had some fantastic figures all in one wave. But of course, there are some other figures throughout the year that you may have forgotten about that came earlier in the year or whatever, and they may still have got the votes. Alright then, so first of all, some just quick honourable mentions or figures that were very, very close to the mark, to getting into that top 5. And the first one is Antok Merrick. He actually received 2.8% of the votes. And you know, any other year, I think he would be pretty high up in people's lists. But because we've had so many amazing figures this year, he only got 2.8% of the vote. Also, he was only available with the Blue Leader X-Wing, so maybe not everybody was able to get their hands on it. And if they did, maybe they didn't open that figure and they wanted to keep it carded, so they couldn't see how good the figure is. But the facial sculpt on him is absolutely amazing. Now, the next one is a figure that actually I haven't put in front of you here, and that is the Emperor. And he got 3.4% of the vote. And I didn't put him in there because he's on his throne and he couldn't really sort of fit in shot there. But of course, we did get him single carded as well, VC 200, kind of like a celebration of the line, such a main character as VC 200. And yeah, he received 3.4% of the vote. And the final figure to be very, very close to the top 5. So this guy is in 6th place, and he was just 1 point away, basically, maybe 1 or 2 votes. And he got 7.2% of the votes. And that figure is Darth Maul from Mandalore for the Clone Wars. There he is. Absolutely fantastic figure. At the end of the day, again, in any other year, he could possibly have won Figure of the Year. He's an absolutely fantastic figure, full of articulation, great paintwork, and a head sculpt to absolutely die for. Literally one of the best head sculpts you will get in terms of accuracy. Alright then, but you want to know who is going to be number 1, so we're going to run down, and in 5th place we have, with 7.3% of the vote, so just a smidgen higher than Darth Maul, it is the other figure from the Clone Wars, and it is Ahsoka Tano. And I know I've put the cloak on this one, so, or the poncho or whatever, so she didn't come with that, but still, again, what an absolutely fantastic figure. And again, another one that could possibly have won Figure of the Year had it not been for so many other great figures in the line. You know, if you perhaps put this figure out last year, for example, she may have won it hands down by herself. In 4th place with 7.8% of the vote, we have Bib Fortuna. Now, again, such a great figure. Really, really well done, this one. A lot of OT fans probably would have voted for this one, and it's a long time overdue, us getting a Bib Fortuna. And they've done an exceptional job with this figure. So much better than the Black Series version. I know I'm biased, but he really is. If you look at the head sculpt and the facial expression and everything, this beats it hands down. Plus he has the soft good robes, whereas the Black Series one is all plastic. And I think he looks so much better for it. What a fantastic figure. And again, we really are spoilt for choice this year. In 3rd place, with 7.9% of the vote, so just a smidgen higher than Bib Fortuna, we have IG-11. And once again, what a fantastic figure this is. Really, really good. So much articulation going on with this figure, and one that we've been waiting for a very long time to go in our Mandalorian setups. But I can't really say too much else about this figure, because when I reviewed him, I absolutely loved him. He was just a great figure. And once again, you know, in terms of, you know, pitching it up against the Black Series version, the Black Series got a repainted IG-88, and the Vintage Collection has got a brand new sculpted IG-11, which is awesome. We had to wait a little bit longer for it, but sometimes it's worth the wait. Alright then, so in second place, and obviously this will give away who is in first place, but in second place, and this figure may have just got my vote, and this one is Bo-Katan with 15.1% of the vote. Now I've got to say that I think this is a phenomenal figure. The head sculpt on this is possibly the most accurate head sculpt I've seen on a 3.75 inch figure. I don't think you can get better than that. I mean, the contours of her face, her hair, everything about it is exactly how she looks in the show. And I just think they've just done an amazing job with this figure. It's got all the articulation you need. She's got the twin blasters. She's got the separate helmet piece rather than a removable helmet. So you've got all the accessories there. You've got the little jetpack and everything, and she just looks fantastic. And of course, this is the first time that we've ever got a Bo-Katan in 3.75 inch form, and we've got it from the Mandalorian. And I think if the #1 place figure did not come out this year, then she and a lot of the other figures would have stood a much better chance of taking the crown of the Vintage Collection Figure of the Year. But of course, there is only one winner, and I think it was a foregone conclusion the minute this figure was released, and of course a foregone conclusion the minute I put this poll out. It is of course the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, and he got 28.9% of the vote. So there you go. I do believe that 37 figures of the 39 got at least one vote, so not everyone agrees with everybody else, you know. Only 28% or nearly 29% of the vote was given towards Boba Fett. But it's got to be said, this is a fantastic figure, and it will be used for many years to come in terms of repaints and retooling and things like that. They've done an exceptional job with it. Really, really good. It does have its flaws, you know, things like it doesn't have the articulated rangefinder and things like that. We had the issue with the figures that were released without the display thing on his chest. But man, look at that, all the paint applications and everything. I think it's very, very difficult to vote against Boba Fett for Figure of the Year, and of course that's why he's won. But as I say, only 28.9% gave him their vote, because there are so many other great figures out there. If you took him out of the competition, you could have an argument for many of these figures, even the Mithril, Queel, IG-11, Antok Merrick, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka. We've just been spoiled. Not to mention these two guys over here. Lando Calrissian is an absolutely fantastic figure as well, as is Lobot. So there you go then, guys. That concludes the Vintage Collection Figure of the Year voted by you. That's your top 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you vote for Boba Fett? If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below who you voted for, so we can get a good idea of who everybody voted for. So thank you so much for watching this video. Just want to express a thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support means a great deal to me. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel throughout 2021. The channel has grown. I can see myself hitting 20,000 subscribers within maybe the next month or so, which would be absolutely awesome. So if you don't subscribe already, please hit the subscribe button, and we shall see you on the next one.